Welcome back, folks. I have a very good gameplay of the M46 Patton for you. So this is a tier 9 American medium tank before the M48 Patton, after the M26 Pershing at tier 8. Now a lot of players will say that the best tier 9 medium tanks are probably the T54 or the E50, but that does not mean the M46 should be taken lightly. I believe this is the best DPM medium tank at tier 9. Has 2600 DPM, without a gun rammer, without vents. That's crazy good. So basically with rammer and vents, this vehicle fires every 7.6 seconds. That's about the same time for reload as a tier 10 medium tank with an L7 Royal Ordnance 105mm gun. That's insane. Now the accuracy is not as good as well as penetration, but who needs accuracy or penetration when you're fighting tier 7s, right? All you have to do is hit, and it probably will penetrate. Now, what's good about the M46 Patton is dispersion. You can basically point, right-click, and fire without aiming. It's very accurate while shooting on the move. So I love this vehicle. It has 10 degrees of gun depression. The turret is somewhat bouncy, but don't rely on it. But it has 410 meters of view range, so you can spot for yourself. You can move quickly, unlike the E50. So it has about 19-ish horsepower per ton ratio, whereas the E50 has 14.5. So the E50 feels slow, but this vehicle is not that slow. So this vehicle is pretty deadly. And it's underestimated by a lot of players, because a lot of players believe that the T54 is the best, then comes the E50, and maybe the Leopard prototype, but this vehicle is not that bad, right? You can spot for yourself, you can have amazing DPM. The alpha of the gun is also high, it's 390. So this gun truly makes the M46 Patton what it is. Stock-wise, this vehicle is basically a Pershing at tier 9. You have to play with a 90mm gun. It's not that good. Also, you don't have the armor and DPM like the Type 61. So with the Type 61, even if that vehicle is stock, it has 3,300 DPM with a 90mm gun. So basically you can rapid fire all the shots with the Type 61. With the M46 Patton, stock-wise, the DPM is about the same as the Pershing. So yeah, the stock grind on this vehicle is pretty rough, but once you get the 105mm gun, it's amazing. As you can see, I can spot for myself. I can have amazing sniping snapshots. Also, the gun depression makes it workable, and the hull traverse and turret traverse is not as slow as the E50.
Target acquired. Target unlocked.
So basically, all you have to do is right-click and shoot. The dispersion on this vehicle is amazing. The hard accuracy on paper is not that good, but it's workable. So with cruise skills, vents, and vertical stabilizer and snapshot skills, the accuracy is not that bad. So as you can see, I did not even aim, and the shell traveled almost where I point. Yeah, it's a pretty good tank. And the reload is amazing on this vehicle. I did not even point or aim. So if you don't like aiming, like me, if you like to right click and just click, this is the vehicle for you. You can spot for itself, it's highly maneuverable, it's somewhat trollish of a turret armor, but don't rely on it. But it has amazing view range. The camouflage rating is not as bad as the Type 61 or the E50, so it could spot for itself while hiding. Oh, behind a building. Oh, missed. Pull back. Now I found that this vehicle is not that prone to ammo racks, so you can get shot in the ass, you can get shot in the rear or sides. The ammo rack is not as fragile as, say, a T110 E5. So yeah, don't worry about your ammo racks as much. And this vehicle is highly maneuverable to get out of situations. Penetration is decent, just point and click. You don't need gold shell with this vehicle. 220-ish millimeters of penetration is pretty decent for all tier 8s and some tier 9s. So be patient, know the battlefield situations, and you do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. So we're trying to stop the cap. But basically, all our teammates are on the hill, doing nothing. We cleared the field already, and the rest got shot down by ISUs. Yep, one ISU is left. And an SU-152. So take our time. ISU is watching the cap circle as well as the IS-8. So be patient. Patience is a virtue. There is IS who's been capping all this time. We have VK shooting at the building, trying to shoot the building away. Keep shooting the building. Keep shooting the building. Keep shooting the building, please. There you go. Alright, ISU spots us. He fires.
Let's find another target. Penetration.
Awesome shot. There you go. Clean up. So yeah, this vehicle, I've been talking about how amazing this tank is. It's not that bad. Don't underestimate American vehicles, even though they might seem like jack of all trades and master of none. You don't need to be a master to squash faces, right?
Target acquired.
So as you can see, point and click. Actually, right click and shoot. Pretty goddamn awesome. I can outbrawl a T-54 because of DPM and a little bit heavier. So we have a SU-152 left. I want to get a Radley Walters. But this AMX does not want me to have it. Spoiler. So yeah, this tank, pretty goddamn awesome, right? He missed. I want him to shoot. I want the AMX to shoot, but he does not want to. It was just like, oh, you bastard. So, yeah, pretty good tank. I love it. 6,000 damage in this game, and I spot it for 3,000. So it's a very versatile tank. Versatile. As you can see, the M46 Patton is a threat that you cannot ignore on the battlefield. It has crazy DPM for a tier 9 medium tank. The view range is also amazing, 410 meters. It's pretty mobile in comparison to an E50, and the camouflage rating is not as bad compared to a Type 61. So the only downside to this vehicle is armor. It doesn't have that much armor, but who needs armor if you do haul down and snipe and do peekaboos? Do not let this vehicle be a medium heavy version of a medium tank like an E50. So this is not a heavy hybrid. It's a pure medium tank. Do not expose yourself too long. Use the dispersion and right click and point and snapshot. It's pretty good with this vehicle. The 220 millimeters of penetration is enough, and you do have enough mobility to circle strafe and outflank your opponents. So as you can see, almost 6,500 damage, and spotted a lot of damage for ourselves as well as the teammates. So yeah, this vehicle is very deadly. Has crazy XP earning potential if you do well, and squash a lot of face even though it's a jack of all trades and master of none. So you don't need to be a master to squash face. Now, quick note, or the ending word about this vehicle is, do not get persuaded and bandwagon onto the top tier vehicles. Now, even though the T-54 and the E-50 are pretty goddamn good as medium tanks at tier 9, the M46 Patton is not that bad of a tank. It has crazy DPM. So do not underestimate stuff like the M46 Patton, the Type 61, even the Lorraine 40T are all deadly if they played well. If the players know how to use the strength of the tank to their advantage while hiding the weak spots and weaknesses of the tanks. Those tanks are pure deadly. The M46 Patton is no exclusion. Alright, so this tank has crazy DPM, crazy view range, and this vehicle is highly maneuverable, so it can redirect its attention to where it's needed and outflank and support your teammates. So in my standards, this vehicle is OP, just like a T54, just like a E50, but every vehicle, or most vehicle, if they're played right, they're pretty OP. Now some vehicles are pretty much garbage, but yeah. The Duck, the AMX40, the Douche Wagon, but those are like tier 4. Those are whatever. So yeah. Now, do not go bandwagoning and do not listen to top tier list like, ooh, the T54 is pretty awesome and you only should buy a T54. You do not need any other tanks. Well, they miss out on a lot of stuff. The M46 Patton, this tank is pretty goddamn awesome. So as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.